Printavo's comp is going to be really exciting. Got a busy day today. A lot of meetings, a lot of working on our conference. First part is a founders forum, which I definitely recommend for all you guys. It's a great way that we get together as business owners in Chicago every other week around a different topic and just talk a lot more about it in depth, ask questions, bring advice, tips, things that we've learned about that same topic. Today we're actually talking about marketing and branding in a busier marketplace with a lot more competitors, of which my view is always double down on content and your customer support and just provide the best care possible, of which reading through Delivering Happiness, Tony Hsieh's book from Zappos, is really great. Definitely recommend it. Alright, we're running late. I'll tell you guys how it goes after. Just wrapped up that Founders Forum meeting, which went really well. I can't recommend those enough. You can get everybody together and just chat. And it's even better to talk with other people from outside of your complete industry. So other business owners that are having similar problems. You guys can all empathize and sympathize and just work and create solutions. It's really helpful. Today we actually talked about competitive advantage, setting up your product market fit, and just creating a product that really meets the customer needs and very slowly iterates to continue improving on what that customer needs. It completely relates to print shops too, right? You know, every shirt is a story. There's a story behind every single design that gets printed on it. And if you could dig deeper into that, not only do you create that relationship between what you're selling and your customer and that bond so that they keep returning, but also you can work on that to sell more. Right? If it's a soccer jersey, do they need socks or do they need some sort of other promotional product or bags or something like that to help make the team, or a fundraiser tool? So very cool. Super pumped on it. So I did a lot of research. All this research had to do with designer tools. Designer tools are hugely popular right now. Shops, small and large, want to be able to create a sort of sales funnel. Right, we see the custom inks, Zazzles, Spreadshirts. They all have these designer tools where you can design different products, specifically in our space, probably more so garments, right? But you put those on there and you design these items, and then they go through the sales funnel and then they come out as a vectorized design. At least that's what the thought process is, right? And you could then send people to your website, people will fill it out. Out comes a completed design for your production team to be able to manage. In theory, that gets rid of sales. That gets rid of pre-production type work as far as art approvals, as far as finalizing the quotes and aspects, because that's going through the tool, right? Again, in theory, that should really work pretty well. Here's some data that we actually found out that's totally contrary to that. And it actually created this article around two big reasons why designer tools actually hurt your sales. And they aren't as good as just using something like a very simple, elegant form that submits information frictionless back to your shop for your team to be able to handle. The first big reason here is that many of the orders that actually go through those designer tools are in the low single digits for these websites. That's their focus. That's their niche. That's where they grow. They raise capital to be able to use marketing dollars online and in store and in person to be able to drive sales through those online designer tool sales funnels and be able to create those designs, right? People drop off at different spots, they retarget, they remarket to them and get them through to finish. Now those orders, again, are very low single digits. They're not really orders that are great for you as a print shop generally to handle. In fact, those are the orders that make usually your orders unprofitable because of the amount of pre and post-production work that goes into the job. Whenever you're not printing, right, your shop costs actually increase over time. And with those small orders, you run your press for so short of time that there's so much work that needs to be done before and after that it increases the cost of running that job. Now, of course, you could charge a crazy amount like $50 or $60 for a shirt or something like that, but most customers probably aren't going to go for that, and you're going to waste time quoting them and going through art approval processes anyway. Now, should low quantities be ignored? Probably not, right? They could definitely lead to larger jobs, but are you wanting to funnel a lot more of those jobs in? Not necessarily. And in fact, as you grow your shop, you're going to discover that you want to focus on your high value customers. Majority of those are going to be returning customers that bring you a good, consistent amount of work, that have low overhead as far as dealing with the back and forth with them. Those are the ones that you're going to want to focus and multiply and find more of those types of customers. The bigger types of online designer tool types of websites, they're going to focus on the smaller types of jobs, the more of the one-offs, because they found a sales process that really works for them. Again, that's their niche. Now, what you guys can also provide and to be able to compete very heavily on is your customer support in these areas. And the reason that is because it's harder as a big company to provide really good customer support. You just have a lot more overhead, you have more processes, there's more people, there's more churn, there's more hiring and all that going in. Whereas they can't meet person to person like you guys can and create that bond. So again, this is, I think, where you guys are going to be able to truly excel is, again, by focusing on the customer, providing the most excellent care possible. What does that mean? Can you respond to emails within 5 minutes? It may be hard to scale, but again, customers will really appreciate that. Can you answer every single phone call that comes in during business hours? Are you delivering just a really incredible, good feeling experience when they open their shirts? Is there a special little prize or something in there that they'd like in their box? Do they just feel special and welcome when they come in? Maybe that's just a bottle of water or writing a thank you card after someone who places a larger order. This is how you guys are going to be able to compete longer term with the other big websites. Now here's the other reason why designer tools are going to hurt your sales instead of help. Let's say here's the designer tool on this end. And on this end is a simple form. Now, the designer tool hand has multiple steps. Selecting the product color, browsing and searching your designs, getting the pricing, adding it to your cart, checking it out. As you can see, these different steps create drop-off. People that potentially can leave depending on the step that they're on. It's like a funnel. As you can see, all of your customers are going to continue coming into the top, but not all of them are going to make it out the bottom. If 10 come in, maybe only 1 to 2 come out. Now, on a simple form, you're collecting the necessary pieces of information for you to be able to work with them. This could be name, phone, email, an uploaded file to work with, and some more information. This is a lot simpler. It's one page, and when they submit it, you're going to get a much higher conversion rate on a simple form. Now, this isn't to say that designer tools don't have their place. Designer tools can definitely help your shop, but the expectation that they're just going to drive sales and completely move the quote approval process, the art approval process, the sales process is just not true. And you can see the data in the post that we'll link in the comments below that shows this with a real shop. Designer Tools' place is really to help with customers that want shirts or want something made but don't quite exactly know, which you could show them with books or examples or photos or a designer tool. So that's where they help a lot. Wrapping up, there's 3 main aspects that you guys are going to be able to find that are going to be very helpful in competing not just with competitors and in a space, but with these big websites as well. The first big one is just driving customer support is very, very important. We talk about this in other videos with using the TAR principle, T-A-R. So no matter what the customer email writes in and says or calls, you say thanks, you acknowledge their problem, and you resolve it, T-A-R. Now, that helps be able to create a consistent experience for all of your customers. This feeds into creating a great experience. So this is the next one, and just that the full customer experience is very great. They're always kept up to date. They're always kept in the know. You help them, right? You help show them what's possible, and you are the knowledge expert, which is the last point, and that you are really helping to educate them and become the t-shirt expert per se, to be able to show them what exactly is possible. Fabrics, designs, types of prints, what really goes in behind that story of the design that they want printed, and how to best execute it. Hopefully that's helpful.